Yeah, you pronounce my name. Any questions? I bring many blessings.
I don't care what he smokes. I don't care how much he smokes. He ain't never gonna be the most high, okay? So
Give to everyone who asks you for something. Don't turn anyone away who wants to borrow something from you. Be sure to give to them without any hesitation. If you would be perfect, go. Sell what you possess and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. And come, follow me.
The Bible is full of verses like this, and based on the text alone, one would think that a rich Christian should be the most generous giver ever. But as it turns out, there's another group filling that number one spot. Who? You guessed it, the atheists. In this video, we'll be comparing the spending habits of rich Christians to that of rich atheists. The purpose of this comparison is to illustrate the difference in morality, values, and overall sensibility of the millions of dollars being spent by these wealthy individuals. So who helps society more, atheists or Christians? Let's find out, shall we? It's often slightly difficult to research Christians because they largely disagree with one another. While conducting research for this video, I found numerous contradictions in the Christian ideology as well as some bold-faced lies. For example, on ChristianityToday.com's list of 5 Christian billionaires you should know, Bill Gates is the cover and is number 3 on the list. The only problem, Bill Gates is not a Christian, and anyone with a TV or internet access can figure this out. Their website goes on to say that Gates mentioned that it makes sense to believe in God. But when I looked up the interview, it turns out that what Gates actually said was, quote, "I agree with people like Richard Dawkins that mankind felt the need for creation myths. Before we really began to understand disease, weather, and things like that, we sought false explanations for them. Now science has filled in some of the realm, not all. Religion used to fill. But the mystery and the beauty of the world is overwhelmingly amazing, and there's no scientific explanation of how it came about. To say it was generated by random numbers, that does seem, sort of an uncharitable view. I think it makes sense to believe in God, but exactly what decision in your life you make differently because of it, I don't know." End quote. So, why is ChristianityToday.com lying about Bill Gates being Christian? I'll let you figure that one out. So let's get this comparison started, shall we? Rich Christians versus rich atheists. First up for the Christians, Betsy DeVos, a juggernaut funder of religious and Republican causes in Michigan and the U.S. Secretary of Education. Up next for the Christians, Foster Freeze, a conservative mega donor in Wyoming and an early backer of Donald Trump. Number 3 for the Christians, the Green family, Hobby Lobby owners and one of the richest families in America, who helped secure Supreme Court's consequential 2014 decision on religious freedom and birth control. They recently opened an elaborate museum dedicated to the Bible on the edge of the National Mall. Let's compare those to the current most charitable individuals in the United States. Number 1, Warren Buffett, atheist, donated $40.785 billion to health, education, and humanitarian causes. Number 2, Bill and Melinda Gates, atheist, donated $27.6 billion to global health and development and education. Number 3, George Soros, atheist, who donated $6.9 billion to charity. And just a side note, 100 years ago, one of the USA's leading philanthropists was Andrew Carnegie, who was also an atheist. However, in 2005, Time magazine crowned Howard and Roberta Emerson the most powerful evangelical financiers in America. As an heir to the assets of Home Savings and Loan, a mortgage and insurance empire, Howard Emerson became an influential philanthropist, backing projects in Bible translation, art, and perhaps most notably, politics. The Emersons poured millions of dollars into ballot initiatives and Republican campaigns in California. In 2008, they gave more than $1 million to support Proposition 8, which successfully banned same-sex marriage in the state. The couple also backed the Discovery Institute, which is a pseudo think tank that promotes intelligent design, and the Claremont Institute, which promotes limited government. Regarding group efforts, Kiva.org, the microfinancing organization that has distributed over $261 million to people in 61 nations, has what they call lending teams that post their generous efforts online. The leading team for November 22, 2011 is atheists, agnostics, skeptics, free thinkers, secular humanists, and the non-religious. These 18,000 blasphemers have lent over $5,623,750 in over 187,000 loans. Their simple motto is, "We loan because we care about the suffering of human beings." Trailing behind in the number 2 slot are the Kiva Christians, who have loaned over $3 million. Their supernatural rallying cry is, "We loan because pure and undefiled religion before God the Father is this, to care for orphans and widows in their misfortune and to keep oneself unstained by the world." On philanthropyroundtable.com, we see that Bill Gates has made major contributions in Africa. However, Bill Gates is not a Christian, and the Gates Foundation is not a Christian organization. Thus, we have more dishonesty from the Christian side, and this is the penalty. Flag on the play. Those points automatically go to the atheists. Now, there are a lot of Christians out there who often work with incarcerated individuals, poor and homeless people, assisting them with food and shelter, but this usually is accompanied by an agree to listen to their sermon or take a Bible study class or otherwise adopt the Christian faith. Atheist volunteers, on the other hand, don't ask for anything from the needy, they simply give. Furthermore, it seems Christian giving is declining. In 2018, Giving USA and Indiana University's Lilly Family School of Philanthropy found a sharp decrease in religious giving over the past 4 decades, declining from well over half of all giving in the late 70s through the early 90s to roughly a third as recently as 2017. But doesn't Mark chapter 10 verse 21 say, "Go, sell everything that you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven"? I have yet to see a rich Christian actually do this. And even with commands like this in the Bible, these so-called Christians fall second in the realm of philanthropy, and atheists are leading the way in the charity race. Shouldn't it be the other way around? It seems Christians who are generous givers only give to Christian-based organizations. They seem to want to spread the word of their religion rather than help with actual issues faced in life. Atheists, on the other hand, don't believe in God, so when they give to organizations that are actually helping people rather than preach to them. I hope you learned something in this video, and if you want more, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video. And if you want more, you can always go to our website, KweliKush.com, where we provide daily book recommendations and promote free thinking in the Black community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, you pronounce my name. Any questions? I bring many blessings.
I don't care what he smokes. I don't care how much he smokes. He ain't never gonna be the Most High, okay?